Sextortion. You know what that is? And do you know how it's affecting many kids online today and is leading to some kidnappings and even suicide? That and more coming up in this video. Thanks for watching. This is Chris. I'm the director of Protect Your Children Incorporated, a nonprofit organization based in Tampa, Florida, who raises awareness and provides free resources and education on preventing child kidnapping, molestation, and protects kids from predators online and in the community. You can find us on Facebook, Protect Your Children Inc. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok, but we're not a big fan of. But any of you who follow us know that already. So in this video, we're going to look at some ways to prevent kidnapping. Facebook's algorithm is really wreaking havoc. We have 4,500 followers on Facebook, but we posted about these ways to prevent kidnapping a couple of different times, and I think we've reached 60 people out of 4,500. See, Facebook's deal is, and I've read this several places, what they're trying to do, especially with nonprofits, is they're limiting our reach so that we will pay to promote our posts, and then Facebook makes money. Immoral? Absolutely. Greedy? Absolutely. Are they hurting kids by doing this? Absolutely. But they don't care. So the key is for everybody out there to share, to like and share posts. If you share our posts, there's nothing they can do about it. It's going to show up on people's timelines. It's going to get more reach. That's what we need you to do. So we're going to do an update on Zachary Bernhardt. As you know, we've been working on that case for a while. We'll have that update probably later on this week. There's been a lot of interesting developments in that case. Potentially groundbreaking updates in that case. And we will get to that in a little bit. Probably a couple days, 2 or 3 days. But for now, we want to look at ways to prevent kidnapping. All right, now, there's been a lot of cases in the news recently. We have Summer Wells. We have Michael, Monkey Vaughn. Interesting, they're both 5 years old, both blonde hair, blue eyes. Both turned up missing under suspicious circumstances. There was alleged drug use, involved in both of the families. There was allegedly periods of time where the child was not being watched and being exposed to strangers and people of ilk, if you will. And so we want to reiterate how important it is, obviously, for parents to keep an eye on their children. You think that's a no-brainer, right? Well, let me tell you, just people in our organization report back to us. They're out in public. They're going about their business, okay? They're seeing kids playing on the playground with no adults. They're seeing young kids wandering apartment complexes without an adult present. Just the other day, 5 or 6 year old boy, no shirt, just pants, standing out in the middle of the apartment complex. Where's the adults? Right by the road. How easy for someone to pick that child up. So, obviously, without parental responsibility, all of these tips we're about to give right now will mean nothing. In any case, let's get on with it. So you got to remember first that 25% of kids are kidnapped by complete strangers. Okay, this means that 75 to 80% are kidnapped by a family or a friend of the family. So it's somebody that the child already knows, someone that the family already knows. That's 75 to 80% of the time. Now, still, there should be no chances taken. Let's look at this. Children of parents who use drugs, hold parties, where drugs and alcohol are consumed are more likely to be kidnapped than children whose parents don't. Proven fact, okay? When somebody's not paying attention, when they're doped up, when they're high, when they're drunk, they cannot effectively watch the children, okay? They're leaving the kids open to abuse, wandering off, excuse me, in many other scenarios, okay? Kidnapped children are very rarely taken in the presence of their parents or other trusted family members, okay? So watch your children. Young children should never be running around the neighborhood by themselves. Okay? This isn't the 50s. If they are walking to a friend's house, walk them. If it's close by, then watch them. If going to the bus stop, watch them. Or have somebody keep an eye on them. Okay? Kids should not be wandering around unsupervised. Predators and kidnappers use spotters. Okay? Drug dealers do the same thing. Spotters are people that are put in specific locations to look for kids that appear to be unkept, that appear to be not taken care of. They look for kids that appear to be in the neighborhood without supervision for any kind of period of time. They look for the parents that are engaged in the drugs and the alcohol and the parties because they know there's a better chance that that child can be taken without being noticed. This is all true facts. Now, a few recently highlighted cases have shown that parental or other family member drug use and or drug debt may have been a huge factor in children being taken. Seems to be an issue here. Now, this is allegedly. We're not accusing any family of any missing child that this is what was going on, but these are the theories that are out there. Okay? Drug money gets owed. They can't pay. Drug dealers know that people have kids. Draw the connections. Kids always stay in groups of at least 2 or more people. Kidnappers are less likely to try and abduct you if there are witnesses around. Pretty straightforward. Kids, always try to change your specific ways that you walk to and from the bus stop or to and from your friend's house. It is good to have 1 or more ways to get where you're going. Child kidnappers usually will stalk first, and they will wait for a time and location where it's easiest to abduct you. If you take the same path or on the same time every day, then a kidnapper will know exactly where and when to take you. If you think about previous cases where children have been abducted, you'll remember that almost always they were by themselves and they're usually walking to school, waiting for the bus, or they're going to a friend's house. They were never seen again. Avoid walking or biking in dark areas, wooded paths, alleys, and back roads that hardly have any traffic. For an example, we knew of a child in the Tampa area who went to the elementary school, many kids actually, lived in an apartment complex nearby, had to walk to school, didn't want to take the long way around to get to school, so they found a nice little back road that actually cuts through someone's property, goes over a fence to get to the back of the apartment complex where they wanted to go. Parents went and looked at that back road, and it's quiet back there. Like, somebody could go back there and take a child in a snap. Very dangerous. So, stay away from the dark areas and the back ways. We always tell kids to keep an eye out for suspicious vehicles that you see every day. For example, if you see the same white van every day, or even every other day constantly, sitting in the same area, person kind of looking around, you don't see a child getting in out of that van, right? It's not clearly not a parent dropping off a child or anything like that, but it's just kind of hanging around. This could be someone who's looking for a specific type of child to kidnap. Could be a spotter. Okay? Think about it. How often do you normally notice the same vehicle every day where you walk or play by yourself that's just kind of sitting there? It's not normal. And again, these spotters will look for kids. Listen, potential kidnappers, it's not very hard to find what time the child gets out of school. To go around that time, see if they're a walker. If they're a walker, which way do they walk home? What time of day do they walk home? Do they have after-school activities where they walk home later in the day when it's darker? It's not very hard to find that information. Kids, remember these 2 things. If someone grabs you, make sure you scream, obviously, and hit their private parts at the same time. Okay? A kidnapper only has 2 arms. He or she cannot carry you and cover your mouth and protect their private parts all at the same time. You got to make a scene. You got to make a scene. Never for any reason go toward a car, van, or truck. A lot of times a kidnapper will say, I have a cute puppy to see, or I have ice cream, or I've got candy, or my animal is sick. I don't know what to do. Can you help? Right? Never listen to them. If you don't know them, stay away from them. If they try to say, hey, your mom sent me to pick you up, you should have a code word that only you and your mom, or you and your dad, or you and your mom and dad know. Code word. Only you guys know it. So somebody says, hey, I'm here to pick you up. There's been an accident. Your mom's injured. Your dad's injured. You ask them what the code word is. They don't know the code word. Don't go with them. Go to the police. Get back into school. Run. Parents, it's very important. Know which routes your kids walk or bike to their friend's house or to school. If someone were to take them, then you would know what roads they were walking or biking on. This way you can tell the police exactly where to look for witnesses. Parents, this is a hard one, especially in the world of social media today. Get to know your neighbors. Okay? Get to know your neighbors. You have to know who's around your kids, especially people in your immediate neighborhood, in your subdivision, in your apartment complex. This is important for 2 reasons. First, so you know which people you feel are comfortable and you deem appropriate for your kids to be around. Second, you can set up safe houses, safe place to go for your child to run if an emergency with them ever should take place. Doesn't hurt to run your zip code, run your address through a database. Check out who's living around you. It's not exactly a hard thing to do. Parents, it's a great investment to enroll your child in at least a basic self-defense course. Most courses, karate schools, are pay-as-you-go, so you can quit even after a couple of months. Usually with about $50, your child can learn some successful self-defense tactics. Never hurts. Parents, it's a great idea to practice defense tactics with your children. Go over a plan of what your children will do if they are approached or grabbed by someone. Make sure they know what they will do. God forbid they'll ever have to use it. And kids, make sure when you're online, this is really important today, when you're online or making videos that you're not talking or doing anything sexual. Now that's kind of a laugh, right? Look at TikTok today. That's all it is. It's doing stupid tricks, stupid challenges, kids hurting themselves, and kids doing sexual dances. This attracts predators. This attracts those spotters we were talking about earlier. Yeah, they got spotters online too. They got them all over social media. Make sure your real name, your phone number, your location is not seen by anyone that you and your parents don't know in real life. Do not talk to strangers online. Oh, that's real funny how you guys are out of touch. We talk to strangers all the time. Yeah, we know. How many of those strangers are actually 50-year-old men or women? And their profiles say that they're 12 or 13. And they're using a voice changer to disguise their voice. And they're using pictures from someone else's profile. Many. They get busted all the time. Do not talk to strangers online. Be careful of adults posing as kids. It happens more than you think. Now, sextortion. Parents and kids. There's this thing called sextortion. You've heard of extortion, when they try to extort money out of people. Sextortion. This is when a predator obtains an indecent picture or pictures or videos or a video of a child. Then they threaten to release it to the public. Yep. Or to the school and to their friends and all over the internet, unless the child does things for them. A predator will create false profiles as someone the child's age or a bit older or younger, complete with pictures and videos taken from somewhere on the internet. Then express a girlfriend or boyfriend interest in the child to become a victim. Once the picture or video is sent, there is no getting rid of it. Even Snapchat and every social media company actually holds 7 years of every image or video. That's because of federal regulations in case of crimes. And also, you think because you send it on Snapchat and you have it set to disappear, that it's gone, right? Well, try this out. Screen record. Okay, people use screen record. And as soon as they open up a snap of the picture or the video, sure, it disappears after the person looks at it, but it's been screen recorded. And now it's recorded and saved. And this predator can then use that against the child, against you. This can very easily lead to a child being kidnapped. We've heard cases of this leading to suicide. Kids being trapped. They're so afraid of this embarrassing video or picture being released to the public that they will do anything to keep it quiet. That's a scary thought. Now, parents, this is why you got to be in your kids' phones. You've got to be going through their messages. You got to be nosy. They're not going to like it. They're saying, well, you don't trust me? It's not an issue of trust. It's an issue of vulnerability. It's an issue of the things that are still not known. It's an issue of traps and tricks and threats that you as a parent have to look for. So that's about it for this video. Please share this, like, subscribe to our channel, and go over this with your kids. Keep them safe. This is very important. Most of these things, again, 20 to 25% at most, are total, complete strangers. The majority is someone that the child already knows, someone the family already knows, someone that's in contact with the child. So keep your eyes open for those types of people. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Please share, like, subscribe, get this information out there. We know the social media algorithms aren't going to do it. It's up to you to protect more kids. You can visit our website at protectyourchildren.org. That's protectyourchildren.org. We'll put the link in the description below. And we ask that you would visit that website. Take advantage of the free resources, all the education. There's video tutorials, teaching tutorials, podcasts, everything there to help keep the kids safe. Thank you for watching. And until next time, keep them safe.